Hey, so welcome back to my channel and my videos about me talking stuff. As you may probably see, I am doing quite fine because recently I had to make videos for a week, 7 or maybe 8 one day, and yeah, now I'm free to go. And again, as before, I had prepared topics which were more like less, so they've been messed up. Now I have 2 topics for 3 videos. Maybe a bit funny, maybe a bit educational, maybe whatever. We shall see. And the third one will be a freestyle. So yeah, without a further ado, let's go. So, um, I don't know if I said about it before in any of those in any of those videos, but I am currently a student on university in a freshman year. Freshman is the name for the first year? I guess it is. So yeah, uh, I mean it isn't bad. It is quite cool. I mean it is quite cool. Now planning on staying there throughout like the entire like no. I'm planning on becoming a college dropout. Okay, okay. um, so yeah, and what I want to talk about is that one of the lessons that I've had, because I think it was quite interesting and cool. Um, the bonus thing to the story is that before the lesson, I wasn't sleeping at all the night before. Because I sometimes do sleepless nights. That's a different story. I have stuff to work on. And my sleep schedule is messed up, completely broken. Trying to get with it, trying to get better at it, trying to get better at it, trying to get better at a lot of things. Never mind. So, I went there and I was like, I cannot. What are we doing? What are we doing? So yeah, um, we've been divided into 2 groups. It's been early, and in general, we are divided into groups, and like that. The one group has this class, one group has this class, and our group is a bit smaller. Sorry, and one. I hope it isn't too loud. And one group is a bit smaller than the other one, because well, they should have been equal, but people have been coming from one group to another. So it ended up that we are a very little group. There was maybe like 12 people. So there was 12 of us in the class, and we've been divided into 2 groups. 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 Uh, and the teacher left for like 15 minutes because we were meant to watch the movie at the end of the lesson, and she needed to go for speakers or stuff or whatever. And we both were divided into these 2 groups, and we got pieces of paper um, with information. We were supposed to like solve the task on the piece of paper, but we shouldn't communicate with the group on the other side of the class because it is discreet confidential information. It was confidential information which we shouldn't give to the other part. So we've been we had this task, and I looked at the piece of paper, and there's the saying that imagine that you are in the new I don't know the word, but like current art gallery, like the art gallery of the current arts, like the art that is made right now. You get what I mean? And there is like this exhibition, which is called the key element, and like try to imagine this thing. Uh, if needed, you can stand up, you can come closer to look at it, to inspect it, and everything. And that was like the task. And then you had two tasks to complete. There was like one review at the exhibition, and the second one was to interpret what do you think is the meaning of the exhibition. And I was looking at it, and so because people around me started to imagine like this key element and everything, and I was like, they're like, oh, it's maybe like this, maybe like that. And it was quite like they've been working hard, but I didn't sleep last night. I mean, the night before. So, and also the way that it was written, because it wasn't written like normally. It was written in the way that like two words were normal, the next two words were from caps lock, then you would have like three dots, then five space bars, then the other word. Like it was so chaotic, and I was like, also some word was spelled wrong, and I was like, there's no way that it is like made this way. Like there must be something to it. There's too much mistake. It's too much aggressive in my face. It's too much. And I was like, no, I just couldn't think about the task that was. And also the last line that I told, there was like, come closer and try to inspect it if needed. I was like, who would write this? It's in imagination. Like, how do I come closer and inspect something in my imagination? I mean, yeah, it is maybe possible, but I was like, no, there's something wrong. So like everyone was trying to think of the ideas, and I was just like, I was just stand up, and I went to the desk, and I started looking at the key from the at the keys laying on the desk, and I was like, I may be stupid, I may be an idiot because I didn't sleep last night and I have stupid ideas, or maybe a genius. Like people around started laughing because what the fuck am I doing? But yeah, I did, and I went back and I was like, hey, you know what? It is like the key there, and I think that something isn't right. Like, because what would be the goal of this like question of this task? It is boring. It is stupid. Like what? What? Oh yeah, because the important part that I forgot was that the exhibition is called the key element, and there was like, for example, it might be a random key laying on the desk, and I was like, because that was the important part, because just the word key key element can mean anything. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could have a lot of interpretations in your mind, but there was explicitly, I think that's the word, said that it could, for example, a key laying on a desk. And this also got my mind like walking. I was like, there must be something to it. I may be an idiot, but there might be something to it. So I went there and I and I took like, I went back to my group and I was like, hey guys, so I think that there is something wrong with it. I think that this task may have different intention that we initially thought, or maybe you initially thought, because I didn't thought anything. I thought that I gotta stand up and go check the desk. But and then we started talking about not rather like what the definition is or whatever, but rather about what could it be, like what type of like, what do they expect of us? What shall be the result? What is the good result of it? And we started like debating on what is the meaning of this task? Like, why is this spelled wrong? Are those mistakes all meant to be there? Like, why is this key there? There was also a cool thing that one person said, that the viewer is an artist in this case, because this is like, did I turn out the mic? Never mind. Because like the art is really boring and like stupid and dull. So the artist is the viewer, because like there isn't like anything on this table, and you gotta think about it. Like it makes you think. You are the creator because you create the definition in your mind. Because I can give you a glass and call it put it on the table, and I will call it an art. And I wouldn't say that is a good piece of art, because there isn't a lot of art to it. There isn't a lot of soul to it, a lot of stuff like that give into it, I would say. And the only thing that I guess is that you think more about this glass, what it could be the meaning of it be, and because we probably doesn't think usually this much about a certain object. But besides that, like, it's pointless. It's just a random key. So we just went on debating about this, about that, about this, about that. And lastly, the teacher came back, and they asked about the results. So they asked the first group, because we've been the second group. They asked the first group, what were the results, and they had a bit different task. Don't remember. Oh yeah, they had that describe. They had to describe the key. Really well. Try to describe the. Like I don't remember what was the whole thing, but they were meant to describe it really intensely. Like a lot of details and everything. And also, I wanted to point out that after I, maybe genius, maybe that checked the desk, there were other people in the second group that did the same after me. So yeah, maybe I'm cool. Never mind. Okay, back to the story. So they just read the whole description of the key that they found on the desk, and that was their stuff. And then we were meant to present. Also, we didn't worry about what to present, so I was like, yeah, I will be the spokesman. Yeah, I'm the great spokesman. I love talking. I'll perform great. I did perform quite well, in my opinion. So I've told most of what I told here, that at first we were thinking about, at least some of us were thinking about what this could mean, about the what was the task, thinking about the task that was written, that tried to make a review and find the meaning and everything. But there were also other people in our group that wasn't quite focused and started checking the desk. I didn't call names of it because it seemed like a stupid idea to do it, and maybe something that you shouldn't do. So I didn't call out the names for those people to not make them look stupid in front of the teacher. But in result, it turned, and I also started talking that this person came back, and we started debating. So we didn't do the task really properly, but we started debating on whether it is the right way or the wrong way, or maybe that we cracked the code and we are doing this the perfect way, the way that it was intended for us to do, or maybe the task was really simple and we fucked up everything. That was also another option. Nevertheless, we agreed upon that. Whatever was the main goal that was intended, we probably chose the more fun and interesting way. And after all that I've said, and I also said that this was written terribly because there were so many mistakes and so many provoking things on this piece of paper that I couldn't focus on what was written there. And then the teacher said that this was the first time for doing this exercise that any group got to such a conclusion, but also that was quite the correct solution. There wasn't really the correct solution, but it was really close to the intent, I would say. So I was really proud of myself. I was so I am a genius. Maybe at least at some sort. I do act like an idiot a lot of times, that also, but there is a bit of genius in it. So I was yeah, that's cool. And what was the whole task about? So it was to present two ways of absorbing information, of experiencing, of learning. Because the first group had to define as much specific stuff as it could. And we had to review to make our mind. What do we think about it? What is? And I am thinking whether to go and do it with the another video, but no, it will just be a long one. Never mind. Or maybe. No, I will go. I'll go with it, but I may do a cut because I want to think a bit. See you after the cut, and welcome back. So, what I was meant to say, you see, first of all, I am making cuts. I am learning. I am becoming more professional. I said to myself at the beginning that I won't make cuts in those videos, but I am getting more professional. I think that is the part of it. But I don't want to end up like all the other YouTubers that words cut, three words cut, 5 words cut, 3 words cut. I know it is maybe more accessible, more fun way to watch stuff like this, but I would consider it as less natural and well, not gonna lie, I am not a professional YouTuber. I'm not planning on being. I am just making natural videos, and maybe someone will like to listen to it. It's more of a podcast anyway. Like, there isn't anything happening on the camera besides me sitting on the couch and sometimes drinking a bit of water. So, yeah, I don't expect people to go sit and watch what he's doing, watch as he sits and talks. No, I expect if anyone watches it and finds this videos cool, I expect them to, I don't know, like play some game and I am speaking to them in the background, like, and they don't even listen to what I am saying. They're like, yeah, some shivering, so something's talking, yeah. But okay, back to the point. Maybe I will have to do stamps because it's really unorganized. I'll get better at it. Never mind. So yeah, there are two ways of experiencing stuff by this theory, and I don't remember the names of these two ways, but I don't think it is this much of importance. So the first way is that you really like is the definition by the details, the way that you can see, like, and also we were told about the original experiment about it, which was with a chocolate, and they were like this good university, good like experiment, and one group had to define chocolate, define what it is, and they really dived deep into it. Like, the chocolate is built from this, from that, the history of chocolate, the way that chocolate is created, the way that it may affect you, whatever, like, the whole this statistic stuff, the whole this like analytic stuff. And the second group had to experience chocolate. What is the feeling of experiencing chocolate? And there was a similar thing because there was a chocolate on the table, and they obviously took it and ate it. So actually they won because they got the chocolate. The other had to write boring informations. I think that they had better. Also, they had chocolate, not some random keys to watch. At least I'm a bit healthier. But yeah, the thing was that, like, the one group had more definitive stuff. Like, you can read about the chocolate, you will know a lot of stuff, a lot of history about it, a lot of how it works, how it is made. But without tasting it, without experiencing it, you won't know how it feels like. And the thing is, with the second point of view, you won't get the correct answer because you can ask someone, so how does chocolate feel? And they will tell you that it's like this, like that, but then you will ask the other person. They will tell you different stuff. So you gotta experience it for yourself to know what it is. And what it leads to is that, I think it is a really cool way of looking at the world because we can experience, process, learn stuff in two different ways. And there isn't the better one. I think the perfect way is to find the balance because you need to have because the one thing is that you have the first type of thing is that you have knowledge. Of course, it's all my opinion. I may talk bullshit. I don't know a lot of stuff. I am just a kid that is learning, some random teenager with his thoughts, which may even change in the future. Never mind. But the first one is you will know a lot of stuff, a lot of facts, how something is made, how something is how something works, and it really helps you to understand something, that you can speak something so people will be like, he knows a lot of stuff, he's intelligent, he's cool and everything. But you don't but those are basic information. Those are facts. Those sound cool, those sound intelligent, but your opinion, but when you experience something, you make your opinion, you're talking about your feelings. They aren't this well presented. They may not sound this cool to people that like numbers and systems and important information, direct information. But I think it is more cool, more fun, more beautiful, and more interesting because there are a certain experience that someone had with something, and they differ from each other. And you also can form your own opinion. This is the one that I probably like more. But besides that, there are both are important because, well, if you knew more, if you wait, looking at a bigger scale, when most of us were thinking like with the way that information, dialect information, like everything categorized, which a lot of people likes to do. For example, like learning, teaching, giving you a mark, a feedback. You get the points, you get the numbers, you get the mark. It is well classified. Everything is straight. Everything is really like well perceived. You know what was your score. You get the facts, you get the details, you get the information. But what do you learn from it? Well, yeah, you performed like this, but what do you learn from it? The other way around is that you can give feedback. You don't give the mark, but you will say, so basically it went like this. You know, you write an exam, you write a like long story, and you don't get a number of points for your story that you've written, but someone will tell you that, okay, so the story was interesting, and it was like this, and it was like that, this, and it isn't this clear. You cannot like classify this clear. Oh, so I went this good or this bad or this well. But although it isn't like this straight, it isn't like this well perceived, well categorized, it is more real, and I think you can learn more from it. And also there was a saying that because there was said that the first way is thought to be a better way of like, because differently the first way, when you learn something, you can get the knowledge about like how this works and everything, and it's important. But I would say with the second way, you may get to the point of the first, but if you go through the process of the first way with experience in it and everything, then you will understand it better. You will end up you may end up in the same lane. I don't know if I use this word correctly. You may end up in the pretty much same place, but you will get the better understanding of it. And I am thinking that I am messing it up because I think that I don't speak the way that I want to. Like, I don't talk about it the way that I wanted to talk about it, but I am quite happy with the way that the whole video is looking, because it's probably the best one yet of those. So I am really happy about it. But when I'm thinking about it, I may like in the next, I don't know, in a month or so, if I don't have a topic, go through all of this again. Maybe without the story, but it will be like, oh yeah, this will be less of the second way, of the experimental way, and more of the first way, about the more details and information. But I'll try to find a balance. I guess that's the best way. But yeah, so with the one way, if most people focus on the first way, everything would be like well systemized, analyzed, and whatever those words are, and those intelligent, important words. Everything would be really well. Some people in the big corporations, and they're high at the top, would be really happy and everything, but it would be boring and dull if we had mostly the first way of thinking our world. But if we had mostly the second way of thinking our world, well, it would be much more interesting and much more cool, much more fun. But if it was like we primarily think without a lot of the first way, well, we wouldn't get anything done probably. Everything would be taking like really long to say something, to do something. It would be really chaotic and disorganized, so everything. So, and this is what I am telling you. Okay. Yes. So this will be the end of this video. It was probably the most chaotic one yet. It was probably the best one yet, the most energetic one yet. So a lot of most stuff in here, and I am hoping I will get better with it, because yeah, it was really it is really fun to record those stuff. I'm having a great fun making these videos, and but yeah, I will want to tackle this topic again, because I had some thoughts on it, which I don't think I gave away in the way that I wanted it to give away. So I will get better understanding of this topic, understand it better, and try to go with it. So yeah, and now I am going to record the second one, which will be also, I don't know if I can call it educational, but maybe something like this, without a story at the beginning, but maybe I will get it more organized and well presented. Bye, have a good day.